Hey guys, today I'm going to be switching it up a little bit with my Thrift With Me video. I am going to go to some smaller, like hole-in-the-wall thrift stores rather than the big chains like the Goodwills and the Thrift Worlds. Real quick before we get started, if you like this kind of content, tapping that like button down below will let me know that, so that helps me. I am trying to get 100 likes on every video. I also love to chat with you guys in the comments down below, so let me know your best thrift find or let me know what you think of the pieces that I am finding today. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Consider sticking around for more thrifting adventures. I do 4 videos a week normally, sometimes 3, but I am trying to get it into 4. So we're gonna stop here at this first store. It is a Community of Christ thrift store and food pantry, I think. This is in Council Bluffs if you guys are local. I used to live extremely close to here. I used to live right up the street. So I don't come here often. It's kind of small. Don't typically find the name brands, but since I am starting to thrift more style-based pieces, maybe I'll be able to find that kind of stuff there. So I'll take you guys in there with me. We'll see how filming is in here just because it is such a smaller type environment rather than a Goodwill where it's really big. So I'll try to get some footage for you guys. Let's see how it goes. The first thing I spotted were these vintage Disney posters. I think these are from 2000 or 2003. They are super cute, only $3. I'm going to reframe them, but I definitely have to grab these. I did end up finding these Judy blue jeans. They are in a larger size. They're $7.50. My normal Goodwill prices are $7.99, but everything else is going to be so cheap, so I'll probably just grab them. Here is the sign that adult clothing is $1 each except for green tags, jeans, and outerwear. Guys, I was able to get some footage in there, but since it was so small, there was like random cute little old church ladies like stalking right next to me, and I don't know, I feel like a place like that, I don't know what they would think about filming, so I tried to just like keep it discreet. I ended up getting the Judy blue jeans, and then let me find my receipt, and then I got a few like Y2K tank tops that were in like the lingerie section. Oh, she doesn't have it itemized, so each of the pictures were $9 and the total was $26.50. I don't know if they do tax. Minus 9, so that leaves me with $17.50, and I got 4 tank tops and a pair of jeans. So if you divide that by 5, it's the average cost of goods at $3.50, so that's cheaper than almost any store that I go to. So I didn't find a lot, but it was still fun. And I'm honestly the most excited about those Disney posters. I'm gonna take them out of the wood frames and just get something simple, I think. But I think they're like from 2000 or 2003 when I looked on there. And they're so cute. So I'm gonna put those downstairs somewhere in my work area. Okay, there's another funny little slightly ghetto one in Council Bluffs. I think though that I have to have cash for it. It's in a store that's like a former gas station that's connected, that used to be connected to a Dairy Queen. So but I haven't been there in a long time. And one time I did find a Dooney & Bourke briefcase in there that I paid $5 for and I sold for $100. So I just don't think these kind of stores are shopped by resellers much, so you never know what you can find. So we're gonna go to that one next after I get some cash out. Okay, there it is. You see that Dairy Queen? There's also a thrift store there. Looks like they did have a little sidewalk sale slash $1 rack outside, so I am going to check that out before I go in. Okay, you can see here's a thrift store, and back there, that's the Dairy Queen. This used to be a gas station, so it's kind of set up really funny. And then over here, that's like the coolers where they used to have drinks, and now they have like shoes and random stuff. This store is so funny. Okay, I finally found something here that I would pick up to resell. It's a pair of April Cornell pants. They are only $4, so really great price. If you guys would have picked this up, it's the Baird McNutt linen line, but it's just in a collaboration with like Murano or whatever that brand is. I don't know, I just didn't feel like it was going to be worth it, but maybe I could have since it was so cheap. Okay, here's the shoe section, but I did find out that they are charging a little bit more than even my normal Goodwills would charge. These are a pair of Brooks, but they had them for $10, so most likely it would have to be something pretty good for me to pay $10 for. Wow, they even have the European size conversion chart. That's kind of nice, I guess. Then this was up at the counter when you check out. I loved it. Okay, that store was really quick. It was smaller than the other one. Not many clothing and stuff to look through, so I looked through everything. I wasn't able to film very much. For one thing, there was like this one guy just that happened to keep being in the section I was being in, and it was very, very tight. And then they had like plastic hangers, but like the metal racks, but then the racks were like uneven, so I couldn't easily like slide them across, so it was just hard to film. I did get that pair of April Cornell pants I showed you, and then I got a pair of orange tab Levi's, and they're not in this bag. This is my other bag. I'll just show you when I get home. Orange tab Levi's vintage shorts. So I think with being summer, not sell for a ton, but those are a little bit more desirable than some of the newer styles. So I'm gonna look on my Google Maps. I have another idea of a one that I will go to in Benson, in Omaha, which is like, that's like a little neighborhood in Omaha. Otherwise, I'm gonna try to see what other kind of little ones I can find like this, and then I will take you guys home at the end, and I'll either do a haul tonight or tomorrow. It just depends. I might go to a couple Goodwills as well. We'll see how much stuff I get today. But definitely I'll keep taking you guys with me into these smaller ones and let you guys kind of see what I'm seeing and what I'm finding. Okay, I'll talk more about this later. This is a St. Vincent de Paul, not really a hole in the wall small, but I don't hardly ever come to this one. This sweatshirt seemed like really thick and good quality. There's a couple of spots, but I've never heard of it before, so I did decide to look it up. Nothing in the shoe section, so I'm going to keep looking through these women's tops. I saw up front something that caught my eye, and it was this vintage 101 Dalmatians sleeping bag for only $4 or $5. I have to get this. Here was this store's 4 for $1, anything with an X. Too bad nothing was good with an X. Okay, like I talked about a little bit earlier, this isn't necessarily like a one-off type of store because there are other St. Vincent de Paul's around. But to me, it's like a store I don't go in very often. It's not typically very good. They don't put out new inventory a lot, so it is for me kind of a hole in the wall, not visited often thrift store. So I did get that vintage sleeping bag. I don't know if I'm going to keep that or sell it. It's kind of worn, but it's vintage, so I mean, what can you expect? And then I did grab an Alley Miles top and one other thing that I'm spacing out right now. So anyway, you guys will see it in the haul at the end. It is 11:30, so I'm going to keep going. My daughter Grace, by the time you guys see this, I guess it'll already have passed, but she has an interview job today for a nanny position. I'm really hoping it works out for her. It sounds like it's 2 little girls. They would give her the hours they need. It's only 5 minutes from her house. They go to church, so it seems like a perfect match for her. So I'm really praying that she gets it. Maybe I'll update you guys in the video or in my next one. So I may be meeting up with her afterwards because she does have today off of her regular childcare job she's doing now. So anyway, I am going to go to another store and I'll take you guys with me. Okay, I was going to go to this other one that's close to it. It's just called like the Lutheran thrift shop. It's pretty sketchy in the neighborhood. And I pulled up and there's bars in the window. There was like this old guy staring out the window, like through the bars. And I'm like, no, this is not worth it. I don't care what's in there. This is too creepy. So I'm going to go ahead and just go on past that store and we're going to go to somewhere that's not quite as sketchy. Okay, you can kind of see it right there. That's the one I was talking about. Okay, so I pulled over to look for some other like small thrift stores and most of them are closed today. There's not really a ton more of like really small ones here in Omaha. It's more of just like the regular known ones. So I think I might just go to a couple Goodwills that I know just because, I mean, I can't go to those other ones. I don't want to go to the ghetto one. And I could be using some decent inventory. So I'll still take you guys in with me with at least like one more regular store and then I'll show you everything when I get home. Okay, lots of new racks here, so I'm excited. This was an item I found on the new rack. It was labeled as men's, but this is a good women's brand to be on the lookout for. A plaid shirt from Sophie Dehor, and then I also found this men's Untuck It shirt. Just good like business casual shirt for men. Also on the new rack was this Arc'teryx shirt, if I could get the hanger out. This is a men's, I think like an outdoor type of hiking brand. I hardly ever find it, so I was excited to find that. I'll probably just throw that in the bag for my brother. if you guys would have picked this up. This is a Y2K Old Navy skirt. I've seen some other sellers that do style-based that talk about these 90s or Y2K skirts, so I'm gonna try this one. Another pair of Judy blue jeans. These ones are skinny and they just haven't been doing great for me, but right behind those were these ones. They are a slim boot cut in a size 31, so I am gonna grab those ones. Okay, so that was one of my favorite Goodwill locations. I did find a decent amount of good stuff, possibly just as much or a little bit more than I found in all of the stores combined. So that's good. So that's gonna be the last store I think for the video. If I go anywhere else, I'll just add the items to my haul at the end. So I'll see you guys at home. Okay, editing Heather, before we get into the haul, I just wanted to do a quick little thing. I did this for Grace when she went. My son Ryan is going on an upcoming mission trip with our church. They are going to Brazil. They're going to go work with some missionary partners that we have there that run a school for kids, and they're going to do like a 5-day club for the community, try to get the people around there to know more about Jesus. So he is raising money for that. If you guys want to donate, you can let me know and I can give you my Venmo. I did have a couple of my viewers do that before for Grace and it was super nice. If you can't donate at this time or you don't want to, that's fine too. If you would just be in prayer for him, I think this is going to be a really good trip for him, going out of his comfort zone. It really helped my daughter with her faith. So just wanted to put that out there. No pressure, but if you do want to, please get a hold of me. Thanks. All right, guys, I'm back home. It's actually the next morning, so I'm going to show you what I found yesterday. And then I had one more small bag of stuff that I got at a local Goodwill. So I'm going to show you that as well. I guess let's just get into it. So that being said, going around to those little thrift stores, kind of fun. Something different, but not sustainable for my business as I'm barely finding anything for one. For two, as far as name brand stuff, not very often am I going to find that, at least at the ones around where I am, or I'm just walking out with a handful of things or under a handful of things. There's just not that many to choose from. They don't put out new items very much. But I think it's still fun to go check those out every once in a while just because I don't think hardly any other resellers are going in those type of stores. So you might be able to find stuff that nobody does. So let me know if you guys have like a favorite little spot. You don't have to tell me where it is so you're not giving it away in the comments. But do you have a favorite random little spot in your town that you feel like other resellers don't go to? Okay, so here is some pants from the gas station thrift store, which was the funniest, attached to the Dairy Queen. These are April Cornell. I've sold this brand before, mostly in dresses, and it does really well. These ones are a size extra small. They're pull-on. These are really cool. Tan, brown, wide leg, very boho type pants. So they do have kind of some embroidery down here with like a fringe type bottom. I'm trying to see what the material is. Oh, here's the tag right here. So they're also linen blend, so that's exciting. I don't know how much these are going to go for. I haven't sold April Cornell pants before. I would guess $30 to $40, but I'll look up comps and I'll see kind of what the average is, and that's what I will go by. And then here are those orange tab Levi's I told you about. So I don't remember how to date Levi's. If you guys can explain it simply in like I was 5 years old, let me know. Something with these numbers back here on this tag. These are in a size 13, so that's like a 12, 13, I think, in juniors. Anyway, here's the orange tab, and I've sold this before in jeans and in shorts, so I think these will do okay with shorts. To me, these look like almost like an 8-10 of like nowadays fit, so what I'm going to do is just measure them. They are cuffed, and yeah, they can't be rolled down. So I'm going to measure them, put waist measurements and everything, and just let people know this is what the tag says. This is what they fit like currently, and hopefully that'll be enough for people not to be like too confused. This is that vintage sleeping bag that I'm debating about keeping. Eventually, I want to have like our spare, at least one spare room be Disney in case I ever have grandkids someday. I really hope so. So we'll see. My husband's like, are we not saying we want to, but he's like, oh, I don't know. Because like neither of our kids have had boyfriends or girlfriends, but I feel like God's just protecting them and saving them for the right person. That's my thoughts on it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that'd be so fun. And like, my son doesn't really talk about it. He does not give a crap right now. Like he's doing his welding and he's hanging out with his friends and he's having fun. And I'm just like, you know what? Most high school relationships are stupid, not to be rude, but they don't last usually. It's usually the kids aren't mature, so it's probably just for the best. Either way, I only have 2 kids and I really hope I have at least 1 grandchild someday. I would love to have a vintage Disney room for them. This is a really cute 101 Dalmatians old sleeping bag. If this goes for a lot, maybe I'll sell it. If not, I probably would keep it because I just feel like it's so cute and it's so classic. So let me know if you guys have sold vintage Disney bedding and how it does for you. I have another vintage Disney blanket back there that I found at the thrift store once that I ended up keeping. So here's the Alley Miles. This was from the St. Vincent de Paul in the kind of slightly sketchy area. This is a petite extra large, more of a sweater-like material. It's black and white. It's got the big like artsy buttons. Usually they have big interesting buttons on Alley Miles, but I still have been selling some sweaters and stuff, so I list everything all year round. So I'm just going to go ahead and just list that. And then this one I need to stain treat, but really interesting find. I've never heard of this brand, so what made me decide to look it up? I had someone in a comment on, I think, a TikTok video, and they said, how do you know when something feels expensive? And I feel like that's just really hard to explain. I just feel like after you thrift for a while, you can just tell. But I guess for one thing, this material was very thick. It just didn't feel like a cheap polyester. And then sometimes if the tag looks interesting, like, I don't know, this says Elferic Eden. It just looked interesting to me. So it has this like orange and pink with this big star print, but there is some staining. So since it was cheap, I'm just trying it. It also has on the back a really big logo. So that's going to go in my stain treat pile, which I need to start doing. Okay, let's keep going. This is from the first little store that I went to. I did end up getting those Judy blue jeans. They're a straight fit and a size 31. I figured these would even out with the other items that were really cheap. So these ones do have a little bit of distressing, probably $20 to $25 on these. Judy blue is not going for as much as it used to, but the larger sizes still do okay. And then all of these little tank tops were in the lingerie section, so I am kind of still experimenting with those. This one's from Vanity, which I don't even know, are these stores around anymore? So this one's like an orange lace with the floral. It does have some beading. It has the baby doll neckline. It has a tie back. So I feel like this is definitely like on trend right now. And then I got this one that feels silky, but it's not because it's Charlotte Russe. So another definitely Y2K tank top. It's like a satiny, again, baby doll lace with the floral. It's got the lace trim in the bottom as well. Kind of looks like a little slip top, but somebody will wear this as a tank top with the really skinny straps. I grabbed this one. This one is a brand. I don't know. It just says OBE. It's size small. Same thing. Same silhouette. This one's a little bit shorter and it's sheer on the stomach part and like the back part. But it's got the same like cutout on the chest. So I feel like these are going to do good if I'm learning my style well. And then this one is one more. This is a lacy, kind of like, this floral reminds me of like a painting or something. I don't know. So this one doesn't have the baby doll cutout on the chest. It's just like goes across, but it's lace in the bottom and top. And that does tend to do like fairly well right now. The brand is Kokomo. No clue. Seems like a size medium or something like that. So we're going to try that out as well. Let's get into this Walmart bag. This was a bag that was in my car from 2 days ago. So we're going to see what we have here. Okay, this is a Ralph Lauren cardigan. So anything with these like chains and like equestrian horseback riding stuff tend to do pretty good when it's like really big on the material, like the really big print. Sorry, I had to sneeze. There is no tag at the top, but it does say Lauren Ralph Lauren here in the bottom. And then the material, I can tell it's their green tag, and it is, I don't know, this also doesn't have material. This is just how to care for the item and materials cut out. So anyway, I'll still sell it. It looks like to be a medium. It's a cardigan sweater, black. It does need to have a little like wash right there. So I'll go ahead and wash that. I need to do some laundry today. Okay, next is a pair of navy blue pants. These are men's Lululemon. These are a size large. I feel like this could be one of their newer tags. It's a little bit thicker and like wider. I don't know yet if I'm going to give these to my brother to sell or if I might sell them. Sometimes I sell them myself, and I feel like maybe I will with these. They look like to be a straight leg, navy blue, just classic like athletic pants. And these ones were with them on a new rack, and this is the brand Rhone. Let me know if you guys sell Rhone, how it does for you. I had a couple people comment on my short form video that it doesn't do that good for them. It's just sitting. So I don't know if that's like that for everyone. But here's what it looks like on the tag on the inside. It looks like 3 X's. This is called the Commuter Slim. And they're a size 34. These ones are black. So they do seem a little bit short for men. So I don't know. I'll measure those. And then I got quite a few of this brand one trip, and I went back the next day and I found a couple more pieces. And comps are pretty decent for this. This is another kimono. I sold one of these, or not sold, I listed one of these yesterday. This one's a medium large. The other one was an extra small. And the brand is Cleobella. I did find out that it is sold on Revolve. So really long, like duster, lightweight floral kimono. And all of them I think are organic cotton, which is also great. And then we also found this top, and this is from the brand Fat Face. This is a size large. I don't hardly ever pick up this brand, but this one is kind of boho looking. Let me see what the material is. Feels nice, and it is 100% cotton. Okay, it's just a cotton, but that's okay. Long sleeve, actually maybe a 3/4 sleeve, button down, kind of floral paisley boho type top. So I did decide to grab that. And then we have one more. This is the one Goodwill I went to at the end of the video. What I ended up finding. This is the brand Natural Life. I've been hearing a couple of resellers talk about how this doesn't sell for them for a lot, but it sells well. So I'm going to try it myself. Comment down below if you've sold Natural Life before. This is a one size hoodie, which to me, I mean, it's not going to fit bigger than a certain size. It's not truly one size, but I'll probably list it as a extra large or something. I don't know. It's blue, hooded, pullover, like oversized sweatshirt. I guess I could put it as one size. I don't know. I just feel like not very many people are searching. Like if you do a search for something and you're using like the filters, no one's ever filtering by like one size. At least that's my opinion. This was labeled as a men's shirt, but actually a women's. Sophie Dor, maybe? I don't know how to say that. This is a size 36. I don't know what that equals to. I'm going to have to look it up on their size chart. A dark plaid, long sleeve button-up top. It does seem to be a little shorter, kind of like a cute crop look, kind of oversized. This is a good 100% cotton. So I don't know if this is considered designer, but it's definitely pretty expensive. I've had some really good sales from this brand and some that are just okay. It depends on the piece. So we'll see what I can find out about that exact piece. I also got this men's shirt for my brother to sell. This is from the brand Untuck It. This used to do a lot better. Now it's just okay. This is an orange long sleeve collared button up. So just like a business kind of dress shirt. And I need to make a new bag for him. So we are going to do that right now. Okay, next. Arc'teryx. I hardly ever find this brand. So it's going to be hard to see, but you can kind of see the little lizard guy in the back there too, or whatever he is. He's some kind of little skeleton. This is a size large. It's a men's short sleeve, really lightweight shirt. I think also, if you guys remember that Arc'teryx sweatshirt that had the company embroidery, I think I'm just going to sell it with that on there. A lot of people told me it's just going to be too difficult to get off. It's going to ruin the look. Just sell it with it on. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Next, I got this 90s Y2K skirt. This is definitely Old Navy, so it's an older tag. I can tell because I lived through these times. This is a size 12, but it's got that really dainty little, like, almost like lettucey or like lace trim on the top. And it is a blue floral with like the little ruffles kind of at the bottom. Look more of like a knee length. So I'm going to try it out, style based, and we'll see how we do with that. We have a receipt. Okay. I did end up getting some jeans, and these are from Judy Blue. These are a size 31, and they are a slim boot cut. So I still do pretty well with those. Probably 25 to 30 on these. They are a medium wash, really nice condition, no distressing on these. So good classic pair of jeans. We have this is a really pretty Tommy Bahama shirt. This is 100% linen, so I'm going to try it out. It's a women's sleeveless collared blue gingham like button front tank, and then it has a little tie detail at the bottom front, which is really cute. So I don't typically sell a lot of Tommy Bahama, but I think seasonally I've sold before some pieces and like some dresses. So that's cute. I also grabbed this dress. This is from the brand Toad & Co., which is an outdoor brand. Size extra small. This one's printed, sleeveless with the V-neck. It does have pockets. It's probably a knee-length dress. Buttons down the back. And the material feels super lightweight. It is recycled polyester. And then back here on Toad & Co., usually they have the name. This is called the Sunkissed Live dress. So it makes it super easy to look up comps and all of that. And we have 2 more items, and there's some shoes. We got some sandals from the brand Merrell. I don't pick up all Merrell sandals, but these ones are in really nice condition. They are a brown leather kind of strappy sandal. And these ones are a size 7. US size 7, and then the other ones I got is the brand Zero. It's spelled Xero. These look like they're in like new condition. This is like a barefoot type of outdoor shoe. I don't know if these have hardly ever been worn, so I was really excited about that. And these ones say they're the men's Prio in a size 7, which is kind of a disadvantage because men's size 7 is really small. I'd probably be a little bit more excited if these were women's, but I'm still really glad to grab them. It's an excellent brand to be on the lookout for. And that's it for my haul, you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of these Thrift With Me videos. They do seem to be getting more views. Again, give this video a thumbs up on your way out. I am trying to get 100 thumbs up on every video. If you've missed a couple in the past, go ahead and play them through. If you want to help out my channel and help me to continue to grow this YouTube kind of as a side hustle, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and start some laundry, get this edited, and I have some other stuff I just need to do for the day. So I'll see you guys on Friday. Yes, Friday for a What Sold video. Sales have been pretty good lately, so I'm excited to share with you what I've been selling. So I'll see you then. Bye.